Yes, here we go again.
The second act.
Is everybody back from the restrooms?
I'll check. I'll go check.
Producer, you go back. Producer, good. We all good? We good? Okay, great. So, Bud and I were talking during intermission, and we thought you must be sitting here thinking to yourself, I love this show more than any show I've ever seen, ever. But who are these guys on stage?
Yeah, who are we?
So we thought we'd take a little second to tell you a bit about us.
Or we.
Yes!
Hey, now.
Yes! Us or we. Thank you, Helvetica.
It's just a little callback.
We can be jokester sometimes, but we also know how to be serious. Take it, Bud.
Now, I'm Mr. Bud Davenport. That you already know. But what you may not know is I am 33, I am single, and I love to make music.
Watch out, ladies!
Well, I am looking for a wife. Other than Doug, you know. Sometimes we act like an old married couple.
Yeah, why? Hey, scooch over. You're hogging too much of the
Stop
duvet
it, Doug.
cover. Oh, why do you do the dishes?
Oh, this sex is so boring.
Oh, it's ever been.
Stop it. Okay, I'm not gay though.
No, but I am. I'm Mr. Doug Simon. I'm 34 years old. I live in a studio apartment above an incredibly loud pet store. And I used to own a cat.
Until it died.
Yes. So, Gutenberg the musical.
Why did we write
Well, I think it's pretty obvious to everyone why we chose to write it about Mr. Johann Gutenberg.
He's amazing.
The most important man in history.
Yes.
But why a musical?
To help answer that question, Doug, let me take you all back in time. To the year 1997, the year of the snake.
Bud had just been fired from his job at the Great American Cookie Company.
I stole a bunch of cookies.
So, needless to say, he needed a little bit of a cheering up. So I said, hey Bud, let's go sell your car and go see a Broadway show. And he loved it. He loved it.
Now, Doug, I had never been to a Broadway show, but I did have this Miss Saigon cassette tape.
You can pass that around.
Yeah,
when
sure.
you look at it. Yeah, so. Actually, we can just. Anyway, after we went to Broadway, Bud had an epiphany.
Yes, I didn't want to pretend to sing someone else's songs anymore. I wanted someone else to pretend to sing my songs.
We were not successful right away.
No, our first show was Stephen King the musical. It was every Stephen King book in one show.
Yeah. I still think that can work with a couple of
totally.
tweets.
Our second show was a musical entirely about the immigrant experience.
We've learned that musicals entirely about the immigrant experience do not work. That brings us to Gutenberg the musical.
The second act.
Now, writing the second act of a musical is not easy.
Yes, many wonderful, wonderful shows have been destroyed by a terrible second act.
West Side Story.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Guys and Dolls. Oklahoma.
The Passion of the Christ.
All terrible. Terrible. All terrible.
I mean, wonderful, wonderful shows.
I love those shows. I love the show.
But after intermission, Doug and I fall asleep.
Yeah, second acts are boring. They're all about ending things, wrapping up loose ends.
We like loose ends.
Everybody likes loose ends. That's why we didn't really worry about trying to wrap up the show into a nice, neat, tiny, shiny little bow.
A story is not a present.
Story is nothing like a present. But if it was, we'd want to give it to you.
Maybe so you could then take it to Broadway. Now, Doug, speaking of stories, where did we leave off with the historical tale of Johann Gutenberg?
Well, at the end of Act 1, Monk and Helvetica destroyed the printing press.
But Gutenberg doesn't know that yet, and Helvetica feels horrible about it.
She made a mistake.
Sometimes, we all make mistakes.
Gutenberg the musical, Act 2.
Second prologue.
The streets of Schlimmer. It is very early in the morning. So early that the dirt streets are still covered with yesterday's vegetables. The stage is filled with doom. Also, fog. Good black dawn meet on the street. daughter.
Had a bad dream last night.
I know.
There were things.
Were they scary?
Yes, very scary.
I had that dream too.
Spits of light.
They were turned
Overdone and burning
like symbols in dreams. Burning, burning, burning,
Symbols,
burning,
symbols,
black cats.
men with lanterns.
Teen mirror shattered
by a wall.
like
Spooky, 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 spooky,
scary things.
very tragic.
Dreams like this are always magic. What does it
And that was a nightmare.
People like Bud and I like to call a song like that foreshadowing.
Doug, what is foreshadowing?
Well, I'll tell you about it later. Hit it! Act 2, Scene 1, an old-timey bar called the Rusty German.